There is something so important in life, in the Christian life, the Christian walk, that people need to pay attention to. We make a lot of decisions in life. You see some people who you just see them, life is like abundant, they're doing well, a good, solid Christian life, a solid Christian walk. And one of the things that I can say, and even in my own life, that has really been a major, major factor is that I have good counselors around me. And this is something that not a lot of people actually have. First of all, people struggle to even have friends, but how many people do you have around you that are intentionally counselors in your life? We make a lot of decisions in life, and sometimes we just kind of wing it. But the Bible, especially in Proverbs, says multiple times to have good counsel. Let me give you some examples. Proverbs 11:14, where there is no guidance, a people falls, but in an abundance of counselors there is safety. Without counsel, plans fail, but with many advisors, they succeed. Now, I can keep going, but that's not the point. The point is, wisdom is in a multitude of counselors, guys. As a Christian, it is mandatory for you to have good people, good Christians who can counsel you throughout various decisions and also counsel you on blind spots that you may have, right? Like, for example, let's say you have problems with your marriage, and it's like you go to your counsel and like, hey, my wife, blah, 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 blah. She's always doing this. She's always doing that. And then the counsel, if he's a good one or she's a good one, will tell this person, hey, well, actually, the problem is you. The problem is that you don't listen and you just want to point and blame other people. And that's what good counsel does. It gives you a reflection. It gives you a mirror to really expose things that need to be worked on, that need to be fixed. And that can only be done really with counsel. Now, God does, and also, like, if you're wondering, man, like, God, why don't you speak to me? Why don't you tell me things? Well, do you have good counsel in your life? Do you have people who are praying for you, who care for you, who can speak into you and actually be spoken through by God? Do you see what I'm saying? So that's really important, guys. If you don't have good counsel, find some. Think about it right now. Write it down. Actually write down at least two to three good counsel in your life. This could be your pastor. This could be a friend that has a strong Christian walk with God. Someone you admire, right? Someone who really hears from the Lord. This is vitally important, guys. There's so many great decisions I've made, but I've made them because I went through counsel. I've had some insane decisions that I've made that I've actually brought to some of my counsel. And in retrospect, I'm so glad that these guys spoke into my life, because I would have made some seriously bad mistakes. I feel like with my wife, I feel like with my business, I feel like with some of the, my business partners, and there's so many things. There's so many decisions I've made that was made with good counsel. So really think about these things. And if you're wondering why you feel like you're losing the battle in this spiritual walk, look at your counsel. Do you have people around you? Because seriously, there's probably a lot of things you got to work on. A lot of things God is actually telling you, but you're just not listening because you don't have people to listen to. Do you see what I'm saying? So I hope this is encouraging, guys. Find good counsel. I'm going to put a bunch of verses on the YouTube channel that supports this, but a lot of it's in Proverbs, and it's one of the most powerful things you can do. You're literally going on this journey blind if you don't have good counsel in your life. And that's how, it says multiple times that you will fail. You are a fool if you don't listen to advice, if you don't have good counsel around you. And if you're a person who doesn't listen to advice and who just, thinks you're right all the time, man, you're going to be in trouble. And you're probably already manifested in your life. You're already seeing the results of what happens when you don't listen to people. I encourage you to be a way better listener. Be humble enough to listen. I know, guys, I not listen, monetary success isn't success, but I know good Christian men who are worth hundreds of millions of dollars, okay? The people I've worked with actually in real estate who are one of the most humble people. In fact, most of the meetings I'm talking and he's listening to me. Not that he doesn't know things, because he has a lot of real estate assets. But while we were purchasing like a $26 million building, he would listen to us and what thoughts that we have. Even if we are wrong, he still listens. And that's one of the biggest lessons I've learned, is that a wise person listens, okay? Even if the other person is wrong, just listen. Listen to the feedback. Grow from it. If it's not good feedback, then discard it. But still, you got feedback. Use it. Have a great day, guys.